Hello students, in this video we will see about arthropoda and mollusks. In the last video we have seen the rest of the non-chordates. In the next video we will see echinoderms and hemichordates. Okay, welcome to our channel children. Today we will start with arthropods. So the basic characteristic features of arthropods. Okay, organ system level of organization, bilateral symmetry, and triploblastic, tube within tube plan, and coelomate. Common thing. Okay, next. Important thing about arthropod is largest phylum. The largest phyla is arthropods, and then they have variety of habitats, not only particular to water, not only particular to terrestrial. They have variety of habitats. They have chitinous exoskeleton. Okay, chitinous exoskeleton. Which form of exoskeleton? Chitinous exoskeleton. And they have three parts of the body: head, thorax, and abdomen. Head part, thorax part, and abdomen part, last part. And they are extracellular digestion. Okay, they have extracellular digestion. Outside itself they digest the food. The sensory organs, the sensory organs of arthropods are antenna, eyes, and statocyst. Statocyst is for balancing organ. Okay, and excretory system, Malpighian tubules, like flame cells in flatworms, and nephridia in annelids, arthropoda, Malpighian tubules. Okay, and the reproduction form, if you see, they are dioecious, and mostly they are oviparous animals, means internal fertilization and indirect development. Next, why they have got like arthropod as their name? Because jointed appendages. They have jointed appendages. Okay, jointed appendages, so they got as arthropods. And the respiratory system within them is complex respiratory. Gills they have if they are aquatic forms, and book lungs or book gills they have if they are terrestrial, like that. And important thing is circulatory system. Okay, circulatory system is closed. Clear? Circulatory system is open. Circulatory system is open. Important thing. While in annelids they are closed. In arthropod, circulatory system is open. So best examples now we will see arthropods on basis of economic importance, on basis of vectors, on basis of gregarious pest, and on basis of living fossil. Okay, first economic importance: apes, honeybee, bombyx silkworm, and lassifer lac insect. Vectors: anopheles, lulex, ants. And gregarious birds we will have locusta. And living fossil, limulus, also known as king crab. Okay, apes, honeybee, also known as honeybee, bombyx, also known as silkworm, like that. Okay, clear? So if you want, note that and pause the video. Next phylum, mollusk, molluscum, the second largest phylum. The first largest phylum is arthropod, and the second largest phylum is mollusk. Basic characteristic features: organ system level, bilateral, triploblastic, tube within tube plan, coelomate. This is common. Next, now we will see the special characteristics: head, visceral hump, and muscular foot. Head, visceral hump, and muscular foot. Likewise, in arthropods we have head, thorax, and abdomen. In mollusk we have head, visceral hump, and muscular foot. Okay, then they have something special called, this is characteristic for mollusk. This is mantle. Okay, mantle. They are soft spongy skin. Where they will be present, now I will show you. See this picture. This is the muscular foot. Okay, muscular foot and visceral hump and head. Okay, this visceral hump, above this visceral hump we have spongy layer called mantle. Above this visceral hump we have a spongy layer called mantle. Okay, this mantle, between this mantle and this visceral hump we have a special fluid, like a spongy like fluid called mantle. This is this part, we call it as what? Mantle cavity. There is some specialized features for this mantle cavity. They function only two functions. What are they? Respiratory and excretory functions. Keep that in mind. Mantle cavity performs only two functions, respiratory and excretory functions. They are extracellular digestion, digest out and take the wanted particles to their body, and a file-like feeding organ. Their mouth have a special characteristic feature called radula. Radula is also present in mollusks. Okay, and excretion. While come to excretion, we should know about Kebber's organ. Kebber's organ and organ of Bojnas. Here, in the Kebber's organ, the filtrate, the substance need to be excreted is formed and reaches the organ of Bojnas. It's a pair of organ of Bojnas. This ospiradium is a special system or special cell aggregation used for the test the nature of the water. Okay. Next one is reproduction. They are dioecious and monoecious, both indirect and direct. Internal fertilization and indirect development. Ovipary, they lay their eggs. If they are direct, example, direct development, no larval stage. Best example, Loligocephia and Octopus. Loliocephia and Octopus. If they are indirect, what may be the larval stages? Trochophore, and you can have Veliger and Glochidium. Okay, Glochidium. So major examples which I have seen 2 to 3 books. These 3 examples are given permanently. Okay, note this: Trochophore, Veliger and Glochidium. They are the larval stages. Okay, clear? Now we came to examples. Mollusks, Pila, also known as apple snail, Pinctada pearl oyster, Cephia cuttlefish, Loligo squid. Loligo, direct fertilization. Keep this in mind. And direct development. Loligo. Octopus, also direct development, also known as devilfish, Aplysia, sea hare, Dentalium, tusk shell, and Stenopleura chiton. Okay, that's it for today's class, children. In my next class we will complete the non-chordates. Okay, thank you. If you have any doubts, comment in the comment section and subscribe our channel for more videos.